So, and I think we can talk back and forth to each other. Whoops, I'm going to mute.
We're good for another 10 minutes. I can't hear you.
I always wanted to be a mom.
We just assumed it would be easy. So speak up if you're having trouble. Go get
Hey, hot tubbers. It is Jackie, the hot tub lady, and you are listening to the podcast Tub Talk with the hot tub lady and live on this channel. And today we're going to talk about recovering in a hot tub. And I have a very special guest. Her name is Mary Stefanski, and she's from Regina Pools and Spas in Maryland. And we are just going to bring her on here real quick. And let's see if I can find her. There we are, maybe. I do know what I'm doing.
I'm here. I promise.
Okay, there you are.
Hey.
So, hey, Mary, welcome. I'm super excited that you're here. And let's just get started a little bit. And let's just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, how long you've been doing this, all that great stuff. So,
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks for having me. It's
absolutely.
Great to see you.
It's always
too
good
long.
to see you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. So, as you know, I'm Mary Stefanski. I'm with Regina Pools and Spas in Baltimore, Maryland, and we are a family-owned and operated business. So, my dad started the company in 1974, and we became with pools. He used to be a pool builder, and we started hot tubs, and then hot spring came to us in 1982, and he's never looked back. We've been a hot spring dealer for 40 years now, so we've been doing it a pretty long time.
That's an incredibly long time. 1982, you've been selling hot spring spas since 1982. That's wow. So,
right?
Yeah, no wonder you guys are such a legend in the industry.
Yeah,
because you truly are.
Big personality, big guy, but big old teddy bear at heart. So everybody knows my dad, Fran, and so you can always hear him too. So he's a pretty loud guy. But if you ever get the chance to meet him, he's a great guy. And essentially, we've been doing pools, hot tubs, saunas, swim spas, and I was literally born into it. People ask me all the time. They're like, "So when did you start here?" And I was like, "Does the womb count?" Because like literally I was here. But no, I started from the bottom. Like everybody, I was a counter kid, did water tests, stocked shelves, brought in orders, did all of that. And then throughout high school, did all of that and then worked here in college in the summers. And then I came back full time after college. I always said I wasn't coming back to Maryland, and I ended up coming back, and I'm really glad that I did.
Right.
And basically have been slowly transitioning into different roles throughout our business. So I ran our service department for a little while. I go out and run jobs with the guys. So I'm kind of a field tech as well. And then I got into sales and love sales, and now I do admin type of stuff. So I've kind of done a little bit of everything here. I've worn multiple hats, still do today, and really love it. It's a great industry to be in, and really excited for the future.
Oh, it's definitely taken off. Isn't it fun how and you've been in the industry. You've actually been in the industry longer than I have, and I've been in the industry a long time. But I mean, you're definitely younger than I am. But you've been in. What was the first? How old were you when you ran your first water test? Do you think?
Legally, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I probably ran my first water test working full time when I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school. Like you had to get like that not workers comp, but those
work release.
One of those to say, hey, like I'm old enough to work. That I had to get from my high school. But honestly, when I was probably a kid, we used to have like the old school Taylor test kit.
Yep.
Where you had to like count the drops and watch the colors change. And I had a show and tell for my science class, and my dad brought that kit in, and everyone was like fascinated that alkalinity changes from green to pink. And like
I'm still fascinated by that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right?
Because it is a big deal.
It is. It's fun.
But so my son Kyle, he should be in the chat today. I'm not sure if he's gonna make it or not. But he was probably about 14. Actually, he was younger than that. He was 12 when we opened our first store, and and then my younger son Riley, when he was like 12 years old, we actually had him running the counter and ringing up customers. And you know, to this day, he's the assistant service manager at the store, and he's he knows his stuff because he's been there forever. But I don't think he's worn as many hats as you have. But out of all the roles you've done in the hot tub industry, what has been your favorite? If you could only do one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably sales, only
Sales
because
is-
I just, you know it. You love talking to people, connecting with people, trying to help them live a better life if in any way possible, or at least trying to be something positive in their life that you can be. But yeah, I really do enjoy being out there and talking and connecting with people and just trying to help them live every day better.
And I know because I'm in sales and you're in sales, and
Yep.
to me, the best part of it is the stories you get to tell people. There's always somebody coming in that they don't want a hot tub. They need a hot tub. They absolutely 100%. You know it. I know it. We are going to change their lives if they get the hot tub. And it's huge. And to me, when I can turn somebody's life around, it's just absolutely amazing. I mean, I absolutely, when you know that box of water in their backyard is going to make them be able to do more longer, and that they're going to be able to hang out with their grandkids, or they're going to get their homework done sooner, or whatever their thing is, it's going to help them and they're going to enjoy it more. And it's definitely a big deal. So, well, I just want to say hi to everybody. I think I got some new people on the chat today. Kayla's out there. She says hello. We're going to say hi to Kayla. And I know Jimbo was on. He just got his hot tub this week. I'm going to give him. He gets the confetti. Whenever we get our new hot tub, he got a new Limelight. So my stream is not
great
playing.
choice.
Yeah, Limelight's awesome. So my my stream is not playing nice with me tonight. So anyway, he gets the confetti and he gets the DJ horn. So we're gonna do both of those things. There's the DJ horn. Beep beep beep. And here's the confetti. I think we got that going on here. Okay, fine. It just isn't gonna play nice tonight. It was working fine before you got online with me, Mary. Everything was working great. Oh, so there it goes. So
there you go.
Anyway, so tell me, what hot tub do you have in your backyard?
Old school. I have a High Life Vista.
That's a good hot tub. I had one of those
it's basically the old Envoy.
Yes, I had
but
that
it's
one.
the size of the Grande, so it's like
but with the
Envoy and
loungeette.
Grande.
So
yeah,
yeah. I actually had one of those way back in the day. I had a Vista. I have a Grande now, but that is what we have. So, so the topic of today's show is, I know that you are an avid, like you do, you work out. You do what is it that you do? You do.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a CrossFit type of
Right.
workout. It's a programming called Street Parking, but they're ex-CrossFitters that started their own programming, and it's for people at home who don't have equipment or can't get to a gym, and they have nutrition, and they do workouts for pregnant moms, so ladies who are pregnant can still work out. So
Awesome.
it's a really, really cool program that they have, and it's all online, so you do it at your own pace and however you want to do it.
But you're pretty avid about it. We've been hanging out together quite a bit for about 3 or 4 years now, and I don't think you ever miss a workout. I mean, I've been to California with you. I've been to Florida with you. This is obviously before COVID, but hopefully again someday soon. But you don't miss a workout.
No, I try not to. There are some days I will be lazy. I just, like anybody else. But yes, I do try to work out multiple times a week. Actually, Apple just had a little fitness challenge where you had to close all 7 rings for 7 days in a row, and I just finished that yesterday.
Yay! That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I'm gonna give you horns for that. That's
there you go.
Horns for that, because it's pretty awesome. Because that's hard to do, and I know you can set your rings lower or higher, but I know you have yours set pretty extreme. So
you do, yeah.
But the one thing that I know that you do, and the reason that you can get up and do it every day, is because of your hot tub. I mean,
absolutely.
You know that I'm going to go a little harder. I'm going to push a little more, because I am going to be able to sit in my hot tub when I'm done, or I'm going to be able to sit in the hot tub in the morning when we've all had that after leg day. and you can't
Mm-hmm.
even move, and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? The hot tub fixes that. Tell me about it. Tell me how you can do what you do because of your hot tub.
Oh, absolutely. So, real fun fact, my very first CrossFit workout, I didn't know what I was doing, but it was pull-ups and running, and they walked me through everything, obviously, and there's an onboarding class. But I remember after my very first CrossFit workout, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's great. And then the next morning, I couldn't bend my arms straight because my muscles were so tight and just hating myself, and my legs were so sore that I was waddling. And if anyone's ever done a leg day, you know what the after effects are. Sometimes,
squat down to go to the bathroom and it kills you.
Right.
I don't really have to go.
So essentially, literally the only thing that would allow me to straighten my arms and straighten my legs was my hot tub. I would get in it for 20 minutes at 100, and I like mine at 102. I know everybody has their own little setting.
I'm
that
101,
they like theirs
but
at.
102 is a good temperature.
Right. And so that literally was the only thing that could allow me to physically move, because as you know, all the health benefits of it is that it's relaxing your muscles, it's elongating them, it's allowing you to be able to move better. That's where that improved mobility comes from, because that hot water is opening up those blood vessels and moving all that nutrients through those muscles and your blood system and whatnot, and allowing you to physically feel the difference and be able to move and stretch as you can. So that was my very first CrossFit, and as soon as I got out of the hot tub, no joke, maybe 20 minutes later, I was back to
you do you
arms.
you can feel that rigor mortis just sit right back in, and it's
because that's how intense it was.
But it is. I mean, there's scientific studies out there, and they're in the show notes. It'll Dr. Bruce Becker, and I know you're really familiar with him, has done a ton of research on why that actually happens, and it is because you're elongating the muscles. And what makes you hurt and what makes you sore is the lactic acid that builds up. And when you're sweating and you're in there using and stretching those muscles, you are actually releasing that lactic acid, and that's what's helping you feel better. And I know you know this.
Yeah, foam roll all you want. I know people love their foam rollers to help squish that acid out of the muscles and whatnot, but let me tell you, a hot tub is going to make it so much better, so much faster, so much easier for you, and it really flushes everything out. It is a whole body immersion, whereas just foam rolling is targeting one little spot, whereas a hot tub will help you hit all of the areas all at once. And I mean, 20 minutes a day is all that you need. I mean, sometimes people sit in drive-throughs for 20 minutes for their coffee in the morning. Sure. Come on.
Do you do coffee with your hot tub in the morning?
I do not. I actually am not a coffee drinker.
Okay. Well, you
I'm a weird
brought
one.
that up. I am a coffee drinker, and I do my coffee. I do my coffee in the morning in the hot tub. And I've actually replaced my snooze button with the clean cycle on the hot tub.
Love it.
So instead of hitting snooze on the alarm clock, I stumble out, grab a cup of coffee, go. I'm still asleep, but crawl into the hot tub, and I hit the clean cycle twice, and so that's my snooze button now. Unbelievable difference what that makes as far as waking up and enjoying your day and getting going, because that helps as well. But like you said, that 20 minutes is unbelievable.
Oh.
And
it so is. It's like your little slice of heaven in the morning.
It is. It is. Now
I call it a little slice of heaven in the morning. Yeah.
Are you a morning user or an evening user?
Ooh, so I also had a Sovereign before, and then I moved and left the hot tub there. So when I had my Sovereign, I was a morning soaker, religiously, hence why I call it a slice of heaven. And I would just go out there and listen to the birds chirp and watch the sunrise. But now at my new house with the Vista, I'm more of a night soaker with that one. So I play on both teams with that part, because I know some people are morning and some people are evening. What about you?
I'm a twice a day user. So,
good for you.
So I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna worry about offending anyone. I never used to be a morning user. I used to be an evening user, evening only. and I would go in the evening and I would use it in, 20, 30 minutes, and I would sleep better. And I do know when I use it at night and how much better and faster I can fall asleep when I use it at night. But now I have moved, and I'm a good hour and a half away from my store that I work at. And so I have an hour and a half commute one way every day. And so I started using it in the morning, one, to get woke up. That was probably the big thing, because I can't be kind of dozed and driving. So it would help get me woke up, and it changes my day so much that if I don't start the day with a hot tub, I really, really miss it. So it's a big deal. So I think, either way, you got to be in a hot tub either way. And,
Absolutely.
I was telling you earlier, we went out to supper last night, and I'm still not feeling real good yet. I'm not 100% from my COVID. And we went out, and my body just literally started shutting down in the middle of supper last night. And it was just aching and just literal pain. And all I wanted to do was get in the hot tub. That's all I wanted to do was, everybody could come. I just needed to get in the hot tub, and I got in the hot tub, and I was in there about a half hour, and it just changed everything. And I was able to sleep really well last night because I soaked in the hot tub. But I don't, people who don't have one, I have no idea how they get through. Hot showers are great. I don't know how you do it without a hot tub. So
I'm with you. I literally was, as you know, born into this industry, was in a hot tub as a kid all the time. I always get the question of how young should young kids be in it? And I was like, well, the CDC says no less than 5, or they should be 5 years and older. But I'm I grew up just fine, I think. But
right. And both of my kids were in their hot tub at 6 months old, and I have a brand new grandbaby at home, and I keep asking the kids if they put the hot tub or the baby in the hot tub. Obviously, you want to keep the temperatures down if you're doing that. And I'm not a doctor, and I'm not telling anybody to put their kid in the hot tub before that. But if it feels good for you, it's going to feel good for them as well. So,
right. And I'm so happy that you mentioned sleep before, because sleep is the best thing for you and for your recovery, especially as an athlete. If you look at top athletes like Tom Brady and top CrossFit athletes like Matt Frazier and Rich Froning and anybody, NFL, soccer, anything, sleep is their number one thing, because that is the best recovery for your entire body, not only for your muscles, but for your mind, for your heart, everything. So if you're not getting enough sleep at night, a hot tub is going to help you do that, because it, again, is going to raise your body temperature. Just like I always say, it's like giving a baby a bath. Whenever you give a baby a bath, they get nice and warm and cozy in that water. And then as they cool off, they fall into that wonderful deep slumber. And it's the same thing for us. We don't change. We're big babies.
For sure. Well, and there's some physiological reasons for that as too. That's how you fall asleep, is your body has to cool down. And so if you raise that body temperature, and just like the bath for the baby, as your body cools down, I mean, we all sleep better in a cooler bedroom, whether we admit it or not. I know that's a internal home debate with everyone, but we all sleep better in a cooler bedroom. So if you're in that cooler bedroom, you will fall asleep. You physically cannot fall asleep if you can't take your body temperature down. So a hot tub is a great way to raise that body temperature and then bring that back down. So we're going to check in here with the comments real quick. Kayla, we were talking about hot tubs earlier. She says the rhythm is where it's at, only because that's what I have in the backyard. Otherwise, my favorite is the Pulse. So I'm still sticking with my Grandy. And then she says her favorite time to use the hot tub is after a long sales weekend on my feet. I force myself to stay awake an extra 20 minutes because the hot tub is important to recovering. And then Kayla has a question for you. She says, Mary, do you find soaking, even without the jets on, is beneficial after a workout? That's a good question.
Oh, so that's a question to my heart. So I am actually more of a soaker than using the jets personally. I love getting in the hot tub without the jets on and just listening to the water slowly be moved by the circulating pump and just listening to my surroundings. But I will say that when I do really have a hard workout and I am a little more sore than usual, turning on the jets, especially the Moto Massage that's in that High Life collection, love it so much. And I am also an avid believer in not using the seats in the way that they're contoured, meaning I will sit up. I will sit up on that bar top and get my calves. I will turn around and face the jets to get my quads. Basically, if I need to get down and get my lats a little bit more, if it was a pull up or a power clean day or whatnot, with my ollie lifting that I do. So I am an avid believer that yes, they're contoured beautifully. Like Hot Spring does a great job with their engineering and how they design their hot tubs. But if I need to hit a spot that isn't quite there, that's all right. It's there. I'm going to move around it, and I'm going to make sure that this hot tub, it's taking care of me. So I'm going to use it the way that I need it. And as long as I take care of it with its water chemistry and whatnot, it's going to last easily 20 years for us. So, I mean, my parents' first hot tub was the classic, the doggy dish.
That was my first hot tub too.
Yep. So it was older than I was. It was a 1983 or an 84 because we became a dealer in 82. And it made it to 2009. And the only reason why we had to get rid of it is because it got a huge crack in it.
Right. So believe it or not, we have 2 out in the field yet that we still are working on. One is an 89. We actually have an 89 classic. It's in a basement. And the only reason the only way we're going to get it out is we're going to have to cut it apart. I love it. It's done. It needs to go. The custom. Yeah. Jan, if you're listening, it's time to let it go. But but it is
just let it go.
It is still working. But yeah, it is fantastic. And when you're talking about moving around, I'm sure you've done it. But for me, the motor massage on your feet, if you haven't done that, you have truly not enjoyed hot tubbing at its most. I mean, motor massage, that jet that goes up and down. And if you get your foot position just right on that after a long day, that is heaven. That is absolute gold. So amazing.
Absolutely.
Frank says, does Maryland get as cold as South Dakota? So
probably not.
It gets pretty cold there, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, like the high today was 28. I mean, yesterday it was like 18, 19. We have the Chesapeake Bay, not too far away, right down the road. So we tend to have a little bit milder because of the warmth coming off of the Atlantic there. But it does get pretty cold. We do occasionally have snowstorms. If we get maybe an inch or 2 of snow, they close schools. So I know you guys are more.
I don't know anymore. It seems like we close for absolutely anything, but especially if the wind's blowing. But
but no. Yeah, we get there, but not quite as single digits and negatives that you guys go into.
Yeah, it's as I continue to move north, it seems like every 10 years or so I move another 90 miles north from where I was. And it's a good 10 degrees colder year round every time you move 90 miles. So I definitely do notice that for sure.
Yeah, so, I used to live 35 miles north from my store, and it was always 6, 7, 8 degrees colder than my shop. So I live closer to the office now, but absolutely. It's
just nuts, isn't it?
We also have the Appalachians. Yeah, so we have the Appalachians nearby, so we do have a fluctuation in elevation depending on how far away you live from the store and whatnot. So it's nuts. It could be 10 degrees someplace and 35 another place, and
all in your same area.
Right.
Yeah, we're not quite that nuts, but
yeah, you can go 3 hours one direction and hit the water, and then 3 hours the other direction and you hit the mountains. So Maryland has all different kind of climates here.
Yes, no, I hear you. Well, that's why we sell hot tubs, because we know that it helps on all that stuff. So
absolutely.
Okay, Kayla says nighttime after the baby's asleep is the best time to use her hot tub. I would agree with that. I'm past that stage, so it's no longer a problem for me. So you just take care of that baby, Kayla. And she says motor massage is life, which is awesome. Michelle is here. Michelle, welcome. She says my hot tubs helps me with the awful cramping during that time of the month. Amen, sister. Oh my Lord, you have no idea. And we won't talk. We can talk about that here on this. It is unbelievable how those of you listening, if you don't have one and you're not using it, I know that's not something that we talk about on the sales floor or say, oh, hey, by the way, do you have really bad cramps? It helps. It helps mentally, physically, all of that. So You're preaching to the
Absolutely.
choir there, Michelle. That's it's
Instead of a hot heating pad, just literally jump
yes.
into a hot tub.
Get
Full
into the
immersion.
hot tub, glass of wine. Life is good. So
Mhm.
it can make it all go away. So,
There you go.
so I know you sell saunas as well, Mary. Tell me,
Mhm.
do you have a sauna as well? Do you use one, or what's
No, it is next on my list. As
next on
soon
your
as I
list?
have a spot for it, I am saving up for one. I wholeheartedly, as much as I love hot tub and have lived and breathed hot tub my entire life, sauna is a very close second. I
Hmm.
love traditional personally. I
Yes.
know everybody has a preference if they like traditional infrared combo units that can do both for you if you need it. But no, I've drunk the Kool-Aid on,
Yes.
on sauna, and as soon as I have a spot for one, my gym that I used to belong to had one, and there were some days where I didn't work out. I literally just went to go use the sauna in the morning just to like relax if it wasn't a hot tub morning, and I did sauna in the morning and then I used my hot tub in the evening. And I know, what about you? You have both. Do you
I do have
mix
both.
it up?
I do. I definitely use the sauna more when when the when it's extreme. So like when I
Hmm.
wasn't feeling well, I use the sauna way more. When I know that I'm starting to get a little bit of a fever or something like that, I use the sauna way more. If I've overdone a workout, if I've just got my Peloton bike
Hmm.
when I've overdone that, it's and it hurt that really bad leg day, that's a sauna day.
Yep.
I should use the sauna more than I do. I'm going to be the first one to admit that. And my sauna is a traditional. I've had both infrared and steam. I do
Hmm.
prefer the traditional.
Hmm.
I'm the instant gratification girl. I want to the second I walk in there, I want to start sweating. I want to be in
Yep.
there for about 20 minutes and I'm good. But I would say I probably use my sauna once every 10 days or so in reality,
Okay.
unless I'm not feeling well. I use
Hmm.
my hot tub every day, twice a day. I wouldn't give either one of them up. There's no
Yeah.
way that either one of them is ever leaving my house. I do love them both. If somebody said you have to give up one, you can either have your car or you can have a hot tub or a sauna. I probably would say you can just keep the car and I'll I'll keep both. But
Right. We can
I
work
would.
from home.
I can work from. I've figured
Right?
that out this year.
Yeah,
I
right.
can
I
work from
think a
home
lot of
quite a
us
bit.
did.
But yeah, I would if I had to give one up, it would be the sauna, but very begrudgingly. I do love my
Yeah.
sauna as much as I
I,
love my hot tub. And I think for me, it's probably more of a convenience thing more than anything else.
hmm.
They do have the new saunas out there now that you can run them from your phone. And if I could
Hmm.
hit that sauna, if I could turn it on when I was 45 minutes out and the sauna was ready the second I walked in the door, I probably would use it every single day.
Right.
The fact now I have to turn it on and have to wait about an hour before I can use it,
Hmm.
that is probably my downfall. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
would probably be in the sauna as much as the hot tub. I'm an
Oh,
instant gratification girl. I always have been, and
absolutely.
that's why I love the hot tub.
Exactly. You just open up the cover, jump in, it's hot and ready for you. With the sauna, I love the fact, especially Finleo, the brand that we carry, but with the saunas and being able to control it from your phone, they have schedules now. So you can even set it up so that if you want to use it at 7 a.m. every morning, it'll kick
Hmm.
on at 6:30, whatever you want. Heat up for that half hour, 45 minutes, and be ready for you as soon as you're ready to use it. So I wholeheartedly love sauna. Every time I'm in it, I do multiple innings or rounds.
Right, and that is
So,
the best way to do it. If you guys ever
hmm.
get a sauna, that is 100% the best way to do it. Is heat up, cool down, heat up, cool down. It I always said I was going to do it when I had the swimming pool up this summer. I was going to run to the pool and back, but
Hmm.
I never did. But um, I have done that in the snow, and it's pretty awesome
That
to
is
go that
so
way.
cool.
So
I was fortunate enough to go to the sauna training up in Minnesota and Kiddo, and they took us to
and
a
they let you do
pool.
that.
Yeah, do
Hmm.
the lake. They put an outdoor sauna next to the lake,
Yep, I've
and the
been there.
lake's like 50 degrees. Yeah, so cool. Loved it. And I actually had done a CrossFit workout that morning.
Oh, I'm sure
Uh,
you did.
I was yeah, I was in Chicago visiting friends, and I flew over to Minneapolis later in the day, and I had done a workout that morning. And the next morning, they took us for the soak or the sauna session, and I was just like, oh, this is amazing. Like I had never been in a real traditional like 200-degree sauna.
Oh, I know,
before.
isn't it? It is crazy. And then when you once you cool off into that water that first time, and you're like, oh. And then you jump right back in there and you think, oh gosh, it's going to take me another 30 minutes to start sweating again. And no, you're like right there again, and you can only stay in there for 3-4 minutes. It's an experience everyone should try 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, I slept like a baby that night. Like I almost slept through my alarm.
Oh, I bet.
Because that's how fatigued I was, but how much the sauna helped release everything. And essentially, if you're ever thinking about getting a sauna, hot tubbers out there, you can have both. Jackie has both, Miss Hot Tub Lady. It's okay to have both. You're not cheating on one or the other. But if you are doing it, make sure that you have, if you can, a shower nearby. Or one of the other cool things is, I don't know if you've been hearing this, but I have a lot of clients asking about cold water therapy or cold plunges.
I'm asking it. I'm having people asking about, but I haven't done anything with it. Tell me what you got. Tell me what.
Yeah. So, honestly, it's been around forever. Athletes have used it in locker rooms. Football players know it. Hockey players know it. And really, there are some companies out there that are making kind of like glorified bathtubs is kind of what they look like. They're really nice, sleek, stylish, but they are like a hot tub, but with cold water. So it's constantly going to keep it nice and cold for you and be energy efficient for you. It's just the flip side. So like how Hot Spring has the cool zone option where you can go ahead and bring that temperature down to about 60 degrees or whatnot. They have specific tubs now that just stay cold all the time for you. And some people take it real easy. There is a old CrossFitter. His name's Josh Bridges. And he literally just uses a freezer and fills it with water and plugs it in, and he just gets in that for a couple of minutes. He's an ex-Navy SEAL, so he's also super hardcore. But I do have some clients that want to do, instead of getting into lake water or they don't have a shower nearby, they've gone out and gotten a big Rubbermaid container and filled it with as cold of water as they can in a couple ice packs. And so they'll do their sauna for that 10 minutes or so, and then they jump out and they go into their cold plunge to stimulate the system and whatnot, and to be able to open up those pores, kind of slow everything down, and kind of do, not kind of shock therapy, but it does shock your system. It helps with your nervous system and everything else.
Yeah, it's amazing. So
So I wasn't sure if more people have been asking. I know it's pretty cold there most of the year.
Yeah, well, because it is so cold here. Everybody's like, why would I do that? I can just go outside. But you've inspired me. I'm gonna go get a kettle tank, and I'm gonna put it in the garage. And
check it out.
That's gonna be Frank. I don't know if you're listening. That's the next project. We're gonna do that and have that in the garage and do the sauna soak. We've actually got a. Frank's cousin is married to someone from Germany, and he loves the sauna. He loves to come over and use it and use it because it's such a part of their culture. And he talks about that so much, about how he would love to be in the sauna and then jump in the cold and do all that. And for him, he just can't believe they're not as part of our culture as much as they are over in Europe and stuff. And so it's very interesting. And the health benefits that come from them, just like the health benefits that come from the hot tubs, why are we not? Because it does feel great. It is awesome. They're not that expensive. Out of all the stupid things we spend money on, a hot tub and a sauna they're a health and wellness machine, and they will change your lives. And you can get into a good sauna for $4,000 or $5,000 anymore, and they don't take up that much room. I can tell you that takes up the room I'm in right now. So my YouTube studio that I was talking to you about earlier before was actually my sauna room. So I actually had a sauna, and that's where all my storage was. I moved the sauna out of here, created a gym. And so this YouTube room was actually my sauna room. And this is just a tiny itty bitty little closet. And I've got a desk and a chair and a couple cameras in here now. But My old house, I had it in my spare bedroom. I just put the sauna in the spare bedroom of the closet, and it worked fantastic. A lot of people put them in garages. So there are outdoor saunas. I think if I were to ever do one again, I would do an outdoor sauna. I think that'll be my next big project. That or a swim spa. So that's one of those two.
Have you? The nice thing about sauna is anyone can have one, and some of them just plug right in. Like, you don't need to do any special electric. If you have a little 4x4 space that you can fit a sauna in, like, it's really easy. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, that's interesting that you say that. So my mom actually lives in an apartment, and she's got a little tiny, so 1-person 110 sauna that she just plugged into the regular outlet in the apartment. She uses it 3 times a week. Absolutely loves it. It's an infrared because she can't have a hot tub. She misses her hot tub, but she does have that sauna. Takes up no room at all. They don't even know it's there. I mean, and if they have to use it for storage when there's lots of people coming, they'll do it for that. But yeah, you can definitely do that. My sauna is a steam unit, and it's just a 110. I just have it plugged into a regular outlet, so it's
you got it.
But if I were to do it again, I would do an outdoor sauna. I really think I would, because those wire kind of like a hot tub wires, but I would love to have an outdoor sauna up here.
Would you do electric or would you do wood burning?
After being in a wood burning sauna, I'd probably do a wood burner. It's a lot of work, but aren't they amazing? I mean, if you guys ever get the chance to go to an Airbnb that has a wood burning sauna, do it. I mean, just do it one time because you will be hooked for life. But wood burning saunas are pretty awesome. I mean, there's not a lot of people don't really do them around here now. Over in Minnesota, which I'm right next door to, tons of people use wood burning saunas, but in South Dakota they're not real popular. Do you guys sell a lot of them, or?
No, I'm actually working on quoting my first wood burning. So no, we do a lot of electric. We do tons of traditional. We do a fair amount of infrared, but majority is traditional. In our area, neck of the woods right now. And real quick, just to circle back about your family member in Germany, I have some clients recently has a 31-year-old sauna heater that just went out. It is an old Finleo. And I went over, took pictures. They sent me pictures of everything. And basically we were able to get them a replacement. They had a designer heater.
Right.
And she was just like, she's from Finland. She's Finnish. And she was just like, I miss my sauna. Like, how fast can you get me a heater? Like, I need my sauna. I'm in it every day. Well, and like, it's their way of life. Like, they start kids young. Like, it's a family thing as well. Just like hot tub is here in America. That's what sauna is in Europe or in the Scandinavian countries and whatnot, that this is it. This is what we do. This is how we bond and make those connections and have that family time and increase our health and wellness as well with all the health benefits. And that's why their skin is always glowing and beautiful.
Right. But they do. I mean, it is such part of their, it is their social time. You know how we talk about, you use that hot tub as a social time because it's replaced the supper table. That's what they do with saunas. And there's a lot of people who do that with saunas. I would say we definitely sell, in my market, we sell more infrared than anything else. And I think the difference between the U.S. and Europe, and I think our saunas here are too small. I think that the saunas that they build in Europe, or the outdoor saunas, they're big, and you can put 6, 7, 8, 12 people in them. We've all been in one in the gyms where you can have a bunch of people in them. Like, my sauna personally is a 2-person sauna, and Frank and I will go in it, and we do enjoy it, but it's almost a personal thing a little bit more so than just being out there in a big one. The wood burner that I was in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and oh my gosh, it was a little shed, and you could probably got 10 people in it, and it was hot. I mean, they got it like 230, and you couldn't sit on the bench, but it was right on a little creek, and we went in November. It was incredible. It was absolutely awesome.
I love it. I remember when I got my first wood burning, I forgot that I had makeup on.
Oh yeah.
And like my mascara and like everything just like melted off my face. And I was like,
I mean, it's like, yeah, it's not just a run like that pretty glow sweat. It's pouring out of you. So
yeah.
it's absolutely incredible.
Oh my
But yeah,
gosh. And
saunas are
they swing the towel and they make it like a million times hotter in there. I know
yes.
it has a name. They did that and I was like, get me out of here.
Because you can't breathe. You truly can't breathe. It's. I know exactly what you're talking about. So, how are swim spas doing in your market? How are you doing with that?
Yeah, really great. We have, like everybody, kind of exploded on that front because our bread and butter growing up was not only hot tubs but in-ground swimming pools.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Dad started the business as a pool builder, and essentially now that he's retiring. Or thinking about retiring, he's stepping away a little bit.
That's so exciting for you.
Yeah, is that our swim spas have kind of taken off in the fact that we can get them a little faster because of supply chain issues, like as everybody knows, because a lot of our pool building friends are already talking about 2024. Like
right?
They're already booked for 2022, they're already booked for 2023, and they're forecasting that based on how they've gotten supplies in the past.
Right.
And they much rather over promise and under deliver, or under, what's the saying?
Under promise and over
under
deliver.
promise and over deliver. Thank you. And so so basically swim spas for us have kind of skyrocketed so that we can get it faster, and then that way it's something that everyone can use. Again, another product, just like a hot tub, just like a sauna. You don't have to be a triathlete. You don't have to be an Olympics or collegiate swimmer. You can be a Joe Schmo like us, like that like to work out, like to stay healthy, live a healthy lifestyle, and anyone can use them. And it's kind of like an above ground pool, meaning like throw all the little kids in there with their floaties and like
and they're pretty
float around, right? But it's also for the older client, the baby boomers that are dealing with arthritis and they need that water therapy. And some people pay to go to physical therapy when you could invest that money into a swim spa and you can be doing that physical therapy every day.
Yes.
Instead of having to have a certain time slot, or the pool was closed, or something happened to the pool so they have to move your appointment or whatnot. You can have that yourself and then allow anybody to enjoy it. So personally, I love the propulsion systems over the jetted systems.
I would agree with that.
Propulsion systems are pretty cool.
They're pretty amazing. I mean, and there's obviously a price point with those.
Yeah.
But if you've had the opportunity to work out in one, there's night and day difference. But in our market, I would say the baby boomer arthritis, looking for some therapy, that is the fastest growing category. Some places that they do want to have that swimming pool in the backyard for their grandchildren and that type of thing. But that customer is definitely, we're selling way more of those. We can't get them in stock. I'm sure you're in the same boat. It's just, there is a waiting list for them. But they have exploded, and there are more and more people who are wanting to do that type of stuff at home, and it's becoming an everyday product in your backyard now, is to have that swim spa or have the hot tub or have the sauna. And if the last 2 years have taught us anything, is home is where it's at, and these are some things that you can put into your lifestyle that makes staying at home much, much better. And we I don't foresee, when you were around, and I think it's probably about 2014 when the market shifted from hot tubs are a social thing and a status symbol and to a wellness product. And when they did that, I remember I was speaking with Steve Hammock and I was like, this is crazy. I'm so glad that you guys are finally doing this, that we're finally saying that this is a health and wellness thing. Yep. And the public and the market as a whole has totally wholeheartedly accepted that, yes, these do make you feel better. These are important. This is something that you have to have. And I'm glad we did it when we did it, because can you imagine if we tried to do it now? But after just going through the pandemic and everything and getting able to do all this and just knowing that everybody out there wants a hot tub. There is still a waiting list for hot tubs. I mean, it's not getting any better. It's getting better, but it's still there. But I think people have just accepted that a lot better than they were, that you're not going to be able to walk into a hot tub store and get a hot tub delivered next week. It just isn't how it's working.
Correct.
But I think people have it in their head now that I can get a hot tub in 6 months. And that's pretty realistic. But everybody wants one. Everybody needs one. And can you imagine being stuck at home this entire time without having that hot tub in your backyard?
No. Like I said before, it's my little slice of heaven. And I call it that because there's been times that I've had some darker days, as everyone has, and just your mental health. We've talked about how it's physically helped you, but ultimately it's going to help your brain, and it's going to help you alleviate your mood and just put you in a better place, and then mentally help you just decompress from the day.
Yes.
Or take that time to something happened and you needed to process it and you didn't want to react right away. Sitting in a hot tub, just thoughts to yourself, working through whatever you need to work through.
And sometimes it takes several soaks to do that, but
yeah.
But
it's got it.
But the fact that you know that there's a place that you can go, and you can't stay in that dark, bad place in a hot tub.
No, it's very hard.
You can't. I mean. Yeah. My friend Vince has the best description for it. He'll be like, you're going to that hot tub and you're ready to kill somebody. You just want to kill somebody. And you go in there and you watch the waterfall for 30, 40 minutes and turn the phone off, turn the music off, just stare at the lights and the water moving. He goes, you may still want to kill somebody when you get out, but you don't remember who it was. So, I mean, the mental aspects of hot tubbing, and we do not talk about it enough, especially in the world today, the mental aspects of sitting in that hot water and just relaxing and meditating. And, we just got a comment from Tom here. Welcome to the stream, Tom. We're glad you're here. But Tom says meditating in the hot tub is amazing. It's
absolutely.
I have so many customers that's where they pray. That's where they meditate. That's where they connect with each other. We can talk about the physical aspects of a hot tub all day long, every day. And we do, because we know how important they are. But the mental side of it is...
Absolutely. If you are not in a good place, going out to a hot tub, sitting in a sauna, whatever your little piece of escape is, for me, it's the hot tub. And even just talking out loud, even if just letting it go to the universe or to whoever. I do pray in my hot tub. I am one of those.
I do too.
People that is my time to just thank God for everything that's in my life and that I've done and whatnot, and people who have come in and out of it and whatnot. But it has wholeheartedly, personally helped me. Last year was a rough year for me, and without a hot tub,
I hear you.
It would suck a lot more.
Right. But I've been there. I have been through some horrible situations that I can honestly say that the hot tub has saved my life. I mean, it's just because you could go in there, and even if it was for 30 minutes, but that 30 minutes you were okay. That was a big deal. And you can start the next morning. Okay, you're for 30 minutes, you're okay. That allows me to get to sleep. That allows me to shut my mind down. That allows me to be okay. I can wake up in the morning and it all still might be there, but I can go sit in that hot tub again for 30 minutes before I take off and try to deal with everything I got to deal with today.
Absolutely. You go in as one person and you come out a different person.
Yes.
You come out just a little bit changed, a little bit different. again, why I call it a slice of heaven. It's like you're getting baptized each morning. You're getting into that water. You're letting it do its job. And it's water. There's just, even if you don't get in the hot tub or even with a swim spa too, like there's just something about sitting near water or listening to water. Like, you know how like you go to the beach and you just kind of sit by the water. You go to a lake and you sit by the water with your thoughts. Like there are some days if I don't get in the hot tub or if I've already gotten into the hot tub, I'll keep the cover off for a while and I'll just sit there next to it as I cool off and just kind of keep with my thoughts and reminiscing. There's just, I mean, we're made of water, right? So we connect with water real easy. It's part of who we are. But just being by water, being in water, you come out a different person. You really do.
You do. You're giving me goosebumps, girl, because it's true. I mean, and isn't that the saying? You never get out the same way you got in. It's you improve when you're in the hot tub. It is 100%. I know you guys hear me preach about this stuff every single week, about how great hot tubs are, and there is a whole league of people out there that are in this culture with me, and they believe me as well. And I'm lucky enough to have Mary as one of my really good friends that feels the same way. And you know, guys, we've been on here for almost an hour now, exactly an hour. So that's pretty impressive. Didn't it fly by?
It flew.
It flew. So. You did absolutely amazing. If you guys want to check out Mary, please go stop in and see her out there at Maryland. But her website oh, come on, seriously.
You're good. It's reginapools.com.
Yeah, I have this all working. There you are. But stop by and check her out. She can also be found on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. I do have links in the show notes that you guys can check her out there. She would love to visit with you guys. I promise you guys that if you just need someone to check it all out with you, she's the best. I've known her for a long, long time, and her parents are awesome. And her store is awesome, and everything she's got going on is amazing. And you guys, I do absolutely love you. I think you guys are the absolute best. And just thanks for hanging out with us. We totally appreciate that. You guys can always find me on Buy Me a Coffee. Don't forget to reach out to me on Instagram. I do return every comment that I get on Instagram. That is the best place. If you have an answer or a question, I will definitely answer you out. If you're listening on the podcast, make sure you guys give me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Say hi to Mary anywhere you can. Don't forget to hit the bell, give me a thumbs up, and do everything that I can to help me help you become a happy hot tubber. And guys, just remember, keep making life epic. Bye.